September 24, 2025. The Russian Black Sea Fleet felt safe. Devastating losses at Sevastopol led them here seeking sanctuary. But no harbor would be safe. Ukrainian forces were about to strike. Distributed warfare had fundamentally altered naval combat. 6 Arakaya 400 Scythe UAVs screamed towards the fleet, flying at 90 miles per hour, just 50 feet above the water undetected. Simultaneously, 3 Mura USVs carved through the Black Sea. 2 carried 700-pound warheads, a devastating payload. The third was a decoy broadcasting friendly identification codes. The trap was set, a deadly combination of deception and force. A Ukrainian operator monitored the operation from 27,000 feet. His crosshairs locked on the Admiral Marov, a $500 million frigate. Armed with 8-caliber cruise missile tubes, a threat to Ukraine. Tonight, that platform would be neutralized, the mission complete. The operation hinged on cognitive overload, a key principle. A defender tracking multiple threats becomes effectively paralyzed. Human brains can only process so many variables before degrading. The Ukrainians were about to exploit this with surgical precision. Force impossible choices. Prioritize when every target might be lethal. Prioritize low-flying drones or engage surface vessels carrying explosives. Split your fire, miss both. Focus on one, the other penetrates. This was the impossible equation Ukrainian planners crafted. The Polnuk E radar detected its first contact 50 miles out. A radar returned perfectly matching a patrol boat, the decoy. The Russians scored their first kill. They had fallen for the oldest trick. Missiles tore through the fog at Mach 3, a deadly dance of destruction. The decoy Mura boat vaporized, a sacrifice in this deadly game. A Costa 2 Echo 2 radar picked up faint returns from the west. 6 contacts at 50 feet flagged as anomalies dismissed as seabirds. This is the critical detail analysts miss, a fatal misjudgment. The Pantsir S, one phenomenal engineering yet flawed in design. Its filter algorithm degrades overwhelmed by small, slow targets. Dense fog and coastal terrain turned a multi-million-dollar network into a game. The Ukrainian operator played his first card, a clever deception. 2 Scythe drones ejected chaff clouds blooming into radar targets. The other 4 dropped to 30 feet, masking their approach. Bayraktar fed the Pantsir's location, flying into blind spots. Russian crews took the bait, firing 4 missiles at chaff clouds. Russians expended 12 of 48 missiles, destroying 1 decoy and 1 drone. 5 Scythes remained inside the radar net, a silent threat. Russians activated their ace, the Kasuka 4 electronic warfare system. Video feeds dissolved into static red warnings flashed, signal lost. Russians were spoofing GPS receivers, feeding false satellite data. Ukrainian engineers anticipated this, a fundamental limitation: latency. All 5 drones switched to inertial navigation, algorithmic precision. The Bayraktar spotted the jamming source, an antenna array on a truck. A calculated sacrifice, retargeting 1 Scythe away from the frigate. The truck-mounted Kasuka antenna, costing Russia $15 million, vaporized. Video feeds snapped back online, the battle for control continues. A massive spoofing field was deployed, this time with success. Corrupted navigation data led 1 drone 2 miles off course. With electronic warfare shattered, the hunters were unleashed. 3 Orion hunter-killers armed with precision munitions. Their mission: find and destroy the remaining Muras and Scythes. Luck favored the lead Orion operator amidst the thick fog. A Mura made a tactical error, revealing its thermal bloom. Target lock was instantaneous. The CAB-20 missile was released. The Mura had no defense. The missile struck dead center. 700 pounds of Ukrainian explosives detonated prematurely. Half of Ukraine's naval punch was eliminated in an instant. Russian commanders believed they had reversed the momentum. The Orion flies at 120 miles per hour, but speed means nothing in dense fog. Russians only had 3 Orions defending this entire sector. The Ukrainian operator executed his counter-move with brilliance. The last Mura cut speed to 20 miles per hour, becoming a silent shadow. The remaining Scythes switched to cold mode, routing exhaust upward. The hunters became the hunted. The Bayraktar was the all-seeing eye. The operator transmitted exact coordinates through Starlink. 1 Scythe received new mission parameters, turning toward the hunter. The Orion pilot scanned the waves, unaware of the approaching Scythe. A $30,000 plywood drone with a 154-pound warhead climbed from his six. The collision was inevitable. The Scythe slammed into the Orion's tail. Russia lost aerial overwatch. Confidence shattered. The last Scythe and final Mura penetrated the harbor's perimeter. They were inside the kill zone. The sound came first. The AK-630, a flying wall of explosive shells, proves devastating. But the AK-630 has a dirty secret: its ammunition burns fast. Its MR-123 radar, a relic, struggles with small, fast drones. There is one more vulnerability: physics itself. A Russian gunner attempts to hit a small target on a rocking ship. The Ukrainian operator makes a final desperate gamble. The last Scythe executes a serpentine burst pattern. Violent, unpredictable maneuvers outpace the targeting computer. The Mura fires its final chaff payload, creating a false return. The Bayraktar paints primary targets with invisible laser. Final coordinates flood into the Scythe's computer. Chaos reigns on the Marov as sailors fire rifles into the sky. The AK-630's tracers continue hosing the sky, chasing shadows. The last Scythe punches through the wall of steel. Russians had deployed everything. They failed. The final drone is inside 550 yards. The engagement is over. Target lock achieved the fuel depot and caliber launch tubes. Each tube represented Ukrainian cities that would not be struck. The operator needed 50 milliseconds to verify and authorize. Checkmate. The drone slams into the pierside fuel depot at 90 miles per hour. The drone's warhead was a shaped charge, focusing the blast. A molten jet of copper plasma punches through the depot's steel wall. Burning fuel spreads rapidly, targeting missile systems. Intense heat cooked delicate launch mechanisms and guidance systems. The aftermath was catastrophic. Novorossiysk was a raging inferno. The Admiral Marov was crippled, its missiles useless. The Ukrainians did not merely destroy a target, they saved countless civilian lives. The wreckage, the world's most expensive scrap metal. Launch systems compromised, electronics melted, hydraulics warped. Novorossiysk was a raging inferno, a catastrophic blow. Missiles silenced, saving countless civilian lives. The myth of the invincible Russian fortress shattered. A national humiliation broadcast worldwide. This was not luck, but meticulously planned warfare. An attack sequence designed to exploit Russian limitations. Consider the tactical brilliance of the operation. Chaff clouds deployed to waste interceptors. Electronic warfare drone, sacrificed to eliminate jamming. Aerial drone destroying, a hunter drone. Serpentine final approach, defeating close-in weapons. Each element was essential for mission success. Critical vulnerabilities in Russian air defense were revealed. Pantsir vulnerable to saturation attacks despite specifications. Electronic warfare platforms defeated by AI. Hunter drones outmaneuvered by cheaper, slower targets. No Russian port is truly safe from unmanned systems. Asymmetric warfare can defeat high-cost defensive systems. Naval warfare has fundamentally changed. Return on investment approximately 400 to 1. Never underestimate an opponent with brilliant planning. The future belongs to nations embracing asymmetric thinking. The Admiral Marov, a monument to obsolete thinking. Adapt or become irrelevant in modern warfare.